Hey guys, welcome back to Suitcase Princess. My name is Shanna. If you are new here, we are a homeschooling family of 4 who loves to encourage you to take your kids and get out of the house. We are coming here today to share with you our opening visit to Schlitterbahn for the 2023 summer season. Guys, before we go any further, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find us right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Suitcase Princess. A few things to note about this season. We did get renew our passes. We did not, however, get the 2-park pass, so we are skipping Schlitterbahn Galveston this year. We just don't love it, and we're replacing it with Palm Beach at Moody Gardens, so we'll bring you some of that as well. We are here. It is very early in the season, very limited park operation. They just have Blassenhof and Surfenberg open, Falls not open, Old Park not open. And they have changed the cooler policy. So we are going to, I tried emailing ahead of time to find out if it was like by volume or if the measurements were exact, but didn't get any feedback. So I will keep you posted on that.
But the lazy river is always open.
The lazy river is open. The hours are 11 to 6 today. And the limited park operation looks like it's going to be most days, even weekdays in like June and July. So be sure to check out the operational calendar before you come and the hours and things. I know for the last few years it's been really limited based on staff because it's been really hard for them to staff things up. But we will see how that goes, and maybe it'll pick up as the season progresses. Again, we're going to let you know what the cooler policy is like. So just an idea for the weather today. One of the women who is standing out front is literally wearing a jacket. It is supposed to be a high of like 94 and sunny, right? Sunny. It is overcast and like 73. So we're going to see how that goes today. All right, guys. So they have this nice sandwich board out front that actually has that little blue area where you can really measure your cooler. Okay. But this was my plan. We were going to take our normal cooler and then a backup cooler in case we had to ditch it. This is actually the cooler they allowed in. They have this cool, like little, you can see it on the table right there. It's like 2 yardsticks that they've kind of lashed together and like bolted in the corner. And so basically if it can go up or over, then they are okay with letting you take it in. They, again, were not super sticklers about it, and they may become super sticklers at any point, but I was just excited to feel like we don't necessarily have to go immediately purchase a new cooler because that's the one we take with us. Now, here is our ride on Master Blaster. They gave me a hard time about having the GoPro. It's not on any of the signage, but a lot of places are really cracking down on having video on rides. So this will probably be the last time that it happens this season, just because I don't want to be a rule breaker. So this, they had me just hold it, which I don't know how that's any safer than it being physically strapped to my body, but it is what it is. So this is the Master Blaster, the first of its kind uphill water coaster here. It's so fun. Guys, the water is so cold. You can see how gray it looks outside. It was so cold. So let's talk about those benefits of that kind of early season and really late season. So going to the Schlitterbahn water parks, any water parks really in the off season, the benefits are that in that kind of shoulder season, the crowds are so stinking low. So the entire time we were there, crowds were low. We got up, we waited for like one ride for 18 minutes, one ride for 8 minutes. Like, I mean, come on. And that's talking about like from the top to the bottom, totally finished, included ride time. So being able to go when it is a little bit less desirable. So if there's a higher chance of rain, or if it is a little bit, too cool in this season to go, that really gives you a lot of those benefits. However, if I were spending $65 on a single day ticket, there's not a chance I would be doing this. We can do this because we can take advantage. We can definitely go back again in the season. It's a fun way to kind of start the season and get there. We got it all out of our system, those, massive amount of really popular rides, get it out of our system, and then we can go back and enjoy kind of different things. Plus, next time we can focus on the main part of the park, the original section of the park that has the tube chutes in the hillside there, because those are my absolute favorites. As you can see, we are on the Wolfpack, and it is going like so slow. I have no idea why it was going so slow, but it was. And then it kind of tries to take us back up it here in a second. But being able to kind of knock out some of this bigger stuff earlier in the season with, just no waits, no lines at all, means that next time we can come back and really focus on those things that we either haven't done yet, or focus on kind of the other things that don't get as big a line, which I really appreciate and love. We had such a great time. It really was a nice trip, other than it was so stinking cold. Like the kids are like chattering the whole time. It did eventually get sunny and warm up, but when it was overcast, again, threat of rain,
And then being river water, it was chilly. I do have to say, I didn't feel like in Surfenberg, I don't think I actually show anything from Surfenberg, but the Crystal River over there just wasn't very clean. There was a lot of debris in it. Didn't feel like they cleaned it out. That was the hideaway that was closed down while we were there. So the play structure was closed, but there is one in Surfenberg.
All right, guys, so we just wrapped up our day here at Schlitterbahn near Braunfels, and we were lucky enough to avoid really big crowds. So the weather was pretty crummy. It was pretty crummy like all through the week. And so I think it just being nasty and overcast this morning really kept some people away. It is now, the car's reading 100 degrees, but the water is so cold. The water is so cold. But the fortunate side of being here early, we went straight to the tower that has Master Blaster, Wolfpack, and Black Knight. And we were able to ride 5 of those, so a couple of them multiple times in the first 45 minutes, 50 minutes. The only one we walked up that we didn't basically walk right on or be the next people to get on was Master Blaster the second time around, and we like stopped moving in the line at 11:42 and we were down by 11:50. So awesome. We headed over to Surfenberg and did the dragon ride, which it just moves slow. So the line isn't always necessarily, the wait isn't always like really terrible. It just moves really slow, but it was a really short line. So we hopped in it, and even that took like 18 minutes from getting in line, done with the ride. Both, you know, because we have 4 people, so we got to take like multiple ride vehicles down.
A tip is that sometimes the dragon isn't gonna work.
Yeah, the dragon, they projected on like kind of like a wall of water, and it was working today, so we're really excited. But other than that, lots of lazy rivers. And so it looks like the life jacket requirements, if you're gonna do the hang 10 thing, which is like in Crystal Cove, you can kind of like walk across a rope with like floating lily pad things. That is 60 inches or under, needs a life jacket, but I think it's actually a pretty deep pool right there. And then 48 inches or under needs a life jacket in the Crystal River, which is not as kind of tumultuous as the Torrent River, which is like, I mean, it's pretty violent, and that one is now 52 inches and under needs a life jacket. So my friend measured under that today. I don't feel like it's a spot on 52 because I feel like she's at least 52, but it is what it is. So that worked out. I just wore a life jacket for that. There were no lines. It was slight crowds. It was a perfect day to come. So it really is nice to be able to take advantage of that kind of shoulders of this season. So yes, the water is frigid, but the sun is great and the crowds are low. So take advantage and do those things. They do now have an all-day dining pass, all-day drink pass, all-season dining pass for pass holders, all-season drink cup for pass holders. The cooler requirements I thought were going to get us, because technically our cooler, while being inside the measurements 2 directions, is like slightly over 1 direction, but they are not being huge sticklers on that. Basically, don't bring a coffin size cooler and you're good. Other than that, I think that's it. So it is now like 4:20 and we are headed out. We were here right, waiting on them to open this morning, getting right in at 11. So that's our day. We did tons of stuff. Every single thing we did multiple times. It was awesome. So that's it, guys. I hope you found this helpful, entertaining, informative. If you did, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find us right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Suitcase Princess.